G'day everybody and welcome to JDM's hobby vlog. Today we are going to be painting a few details on the Avenger Strike Fighter, primarily with this Vallejo surface primer, black, and two metallic colours, that being old bronze from the Reaper line Master Series paint, and also their aged pewter. Now these are both really good colours if you want a gritty, grimy looking thing, because gold is always too bright and silver is always too bright, so you go with aged pewter and old bronze and it really tones it down. But if you want it to be shiny, you can always highlight with those brighter metals. But anyway, we got the time lapse going, and all we're really painting today is the jet engines, the Aquila on the nose, and the aileron manipulators. Going pretty heavy with the primer here. It has polyurethane in it, so it's kind of thick, real thick. So I watered it down, just kind of slapped it on, and you'll see I don't get everything in this video because it's quite hard to paint with the object lying down. So I do cut the footage and paint off camera, fill in all those hard to get places. Once I'm done with the bigger brush, I go in with the finer tip brush and just get all those even harder to reach places. And then we just dry brush it with the aged pewter, just trying to hit the tops. Gives it that sooty kind of look, but also gives it a little bit of a gleam. The important thing when dry brushing is not to wet brush. You know, like you don't want any slap marks. You got to make sure the paint is dry on the bristles before you go ahead and apply it. Now we're going in to paint the purity seals and one of the leads going into the engine there. So we're using Deck Tan and Copper by Vallejo's model color. Excellent range. So the reason I did this single lead copper is just to, a little bit of variance, just so it pops a bit. And when I go over with the black wash, it'll look fantastic. And then again with the purity seal, I don't know why I painted the purity seal now. I probably shouldn't have, because I'm going to be weathering over it, and I don't want the purity seal to be weathered as the rest of the plane. So I will repaint it anyway. And again on this side, black wash will just fill in will fill in the gaps. I think that was originally a guitar string on the original sculpt. I know Forge World modelers like to use guitar strings for pipes. Now painting this sort of iron cross skull on the side of the plane. I did only half paint it here because it's incredibly hard to paint with a camera right in front of you. So Deck Tan and old bronze on the skull. I'll clean this all up off camera. And now we go with the old bronze on the engine. I'm not too sure what you call that section, and then on the thruster at the back. I find that it's important with metallic paints to paint in one direction, so you sort of apply a bit of a grain. But if you do enough coats and make sure your paint is the right consistency, you should be able to get a good result anyway. I think that's the best tip you can ever give. Lots of thin coats. Again, difficult to reach those hard to reach places, so I did the rest off camera. But one thing I can do on camera is the final piece, the Aquila. And with this I just used the side of the brush, I didn't use the tip. You don't want to get it all, you just want to get the flat surfaces on the top. Leave those recesses dark so you can actually distinguish the feathers on the wings of the Aquila. Anyway, I'm going to put a black wash over that anyway, and that'll help bring out the detail. But there you have it. That was today's episode, just a short one, going over those engines. Next step is going to be decals, and then it will be weathering. I'm not too sure if I'll do that in one episode or two, but that'll be decided. Hopefully you'll join me for it. find me on Instagram, on Reddit. If you have any questions, ask me. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Alright, bye bye.